And we are live. Correct? Satnam, my beautiful friends, thank you so much for joining me today on November 23rd, 2021 for this predictions update. If you don't know me, Spiritman J.T, I am here to bring you love, light, truth, predictions, prophecy, more of an update today. Maybe I'll get some more information that comes through. But if you're new to this channel, again, like the video if you like the video and subscribe. And if you want notifications, you got to click the bell followed by all. And you have to set notifications on your cellular devices. Down below, you'll find all the links to all of my social media platforms. And again, I thank you for joining me. And I am very grateful for all of you for your love and your support. So I have some important articles to share with you today. Starting with, let me move that out of the way. Starting with this first article. So let me actually just touch base a little bit about some of the predictions that I made this year, including in the video that I just did with the top 20 on Friday, I believe. I talked about seeing visions of people being rounded up against their will and against their free will. And then I saw issues concerning homeless people. And the concerning part of that prediction was how people I felt went missing afterwards, rounded up, and even if they're stuck in a, FEMA camp or something, which, that's another video I did months ago that you might want to go look back at that. Because they're all throughout the United States. One in Alaska holds over 1 million people. Why do they have these places, and what were they preparing for back in the Bush administration? Well, this is going to give you a good idea of what they're a possibility, let's say a potential possibility as to why they were building these camps in the United States, because what I'm going to show you what's happening in other countries is going to come sadly to our doorstep if we allow it to do so. A couple other predictions. Again, I'm going to touch base on a couple different things I said, but this was the most important. And telling you all, to be prepared, stock up, don't plug into the fear, hold others in the light and love, just like yourself. Really, really important, because this is what's happening right now in Australia. Right here, folks. Australian Army begins transferring COVID positive cases, contacts to quarantine camps. The Australian Army has begun forcibly removing residents from Northern Territories. This is from today's Collective Spark news, and somebody from Australia sent me this morning. The Australian Army has begun forcibly removing residents in Northern Territories to Howard Springs Camp, located in Darwin, after 9 new COVID cases were identified in the community, so they say. This goes on, and I forgot to put the link down below, and I will put the link down below in the description after I'm done this live broadcast. But when you go on, one of the disturbing things, most disturbing for me, was, and I'm going to show you this video too and play this little part from this article. But the aboriginal, I can never say a word right. The natives of Australia, the most native of the natives peoples are being forcefully held down to be giving them, what. So check out this little video. I'm going to play it for you. Let me just change my sound. Let me get this. We'll blow it up a little bit.
Escalate our response in these communities, immediately implementing a hard lockdown. That means residents of Binjari and Rockhole no longer have the 5 reasons to leave their home. They can only leave for medical treatment in an emergency or if required by law. It's highly likely that more residents will be transferred to Howard Springs today, either as positive cases or close contacts. We've already identified 38 close contacts in Binjari, and that number will go up. Those 38 are being transferred now. I contacted the Prime Minister last night. We are grateful for the support of about 20 ADF personnel as well as Army trucks to assist with the transfer of positive cases and close contacts and to support the communities.
So there you have it. And again, it gets more disturbing as we go down in this article a little bit, where literally folks are not allowed to go anywhere. Here we go here, almost 1 in 5 indigenous people lived in overcrowded dwellings. This is what they're telling people. So again, they're going to make it, as they always do, make it look like it's for the benefit of all, for the benefit of good. You know, that's always what the governments love to do. Like they're trying to help these people. Okay, they're the ones that put them in those crowded dwellings to begin with. And now they're going to try to act like they're helping them by rounding them up against their will and throwing them into these places right here. And you might say, oh, that looks like a nice place. Kind of reminds you of Nazi Germany a little bit. This takes me back to my videos that I talked about with stocking up and being prepared, because here's another article I wanted to share with you. And I'll go back to these camps in a moment. But China tells its citizens to stock up on supplies, prompting panic buying and fears of war. And this article came out, when did it come out? I don't see a date. Sometime in the past week. China has recommended that the citizens purchase and store supplies in case of emergency, sparkling speculation and stockpiling, the Associated Press reported. I'll get all these links and put them in there down below for you. I wanted to tell you about the energy. Let's break up a little bit and tell you a little bit about the energy, because I learned something new that started here with the Chinese solar term, slow down and sleep long for health, because my sleep patterns got really weird the past couple days. And November 22nd to December 6th, a solar term, which is happening now. That's this one right here. The second solar term of winter and is unlike any other, according to traditional Chinese wisdom. During this time, the yang energy from the sun moves towards the heavens, and the yin energy retreats deep into the earth. At this time, a unique phenomenon unfolds in nature as yin and yang's extreme separation creates a gap and energy circulation stops. Symbolically, winter represents death. Of course, we know that. So here's the effects. I wanted to tell you how it affects you all. Those who already suffer from depression may find it may get worse during this time period. This is November 22nd till December 6th. Traditional Chinese medicine believes in modern and suggests that we avoid the 7 extreme emotions as they affect one's mood and harm health. These emotions are, and this didn't make much sense to me, joy, anger, worry, thinking, grief, fear, and shock. I don't know how joy got in there. Dr. Shang Wu from the Qing dynasty recommends that we appreciate beautiful flowers if we are stuck in emotions. I always keep fresh flowers on my altar and always keep fresh flowers around. 5 tips that it gives you here. And again, I'll include this article down below. Going back to my predictions and things I was saying, like with Australia, folks, the visions that I had of people being rounded up, that's disturbing visions. You know, people that don't get these visions and don't tap into that don't understand. Sometimes they're quite disturbing, but I am getting them in order to put them out to you, because otherwise I wouldn't be getting them. It would be useful. And being aware gives us the time to prepare. Awareness is preparedness, as I always say. So we need to be aware that this is happening and that things could happen on a better, bigger, larger scale. I told you about other lockdowns that are coming in and how they're going to use other excuses as new lockdowns. Did you notice in the background of that video I showed you, where'd it go? That guy, there were 3 flags. 3 flags behind him. I'm pretty sure that's the American flag right behind his head there. We have the British flag, and I'm guessing this is the Australian flag. I guess this is from Australia, of course. What's that tell you right there, folks? It's coming. UK's next. Be prepared. Just because of a test. Doesn't matter if I could see if people were actually ill. I could understand helping them and putting them into a quarantine. I totally get that. I'm totally with that. That would be important, especially for like a smallpox breakout, which is another thing. Speaking of smallpox, I brought that up in my predictions at some point this year and got concerns about smallpox. And if you do a little research, you'll find out about a discovery, and I forget which pharmaceutical company, missing little vials of smallpox disease. What are they even keeping little vials of smallpox disease for? So I could see, again, if there was something like that, put them in there. But just because they say you took a test that says that you're either negative or positive, they're going to use that as a way of rounding you up. Come on, they can fake and make anything. They can make it and fake it until they make it. That's what they're doing. What other articles? A couple other things I wanted to bring up to your attention. I talked about in the past about rescues, and I saw people being rescued from different situations. I saw people stranded. I saw people stranded really strongly. So we have in Canada, as I talked about yesterday's video with the weather predictions, you can go back to yesterday if you were interested in weather predictions. Canadian helicopters evacuate hundreds stranded on a highway after landslides. This was November 15th. This is a while ago. Somebody sent me this, which was actually a Lauren. So thank you, Lauren, for sending me those links. And then almost 4,000 people, and check this one out, were displaced by a tidal surge in Ghana. Almost 4,000 people on Ghana's coast were displaced on Wednesday after a weekend tidal surge swept through more than 500 houses in the Volta region. What did I say about this big surge that's coming during this ice melt that happens during the summer season, which starts soon in the Arctic? I talked about that in yesterday's video. You might want to check that out. And I also talked about tidal wave in Africa. So a tidal surge, tidal wave, close enough. Intense storms in Egypt. How about this one, folks? Massive swarm of scorpions. 450 people stung, killing 3. And that was as of the 14th. They are creepy critters. We have them here. But I didn't know. One of my people on Zoom and Subscribestar educated me with the fact that Egypt has the most deadliest scorpions in the world. I wasn't aware. So good to know that. This is biblical, folks. This right here is biblical. Biblical. 100% prophecies coming in. The highways. Remember I talked about highways being cut off? This doesn't happen yet, and that's not what this is. But I talked about it on Friday. And I had visions of them blocking a main artery, like a huge artery, both railroad and road highway system, and making it look weather related. Well, folks, this right here is a vision that I had and a warning of basically exactly that. This is like the start of that. This is them saying, hey, we can block you off and strand you. So it's definitely coming, unfortunately. So this is why you need to be stocked up, folks. You need to be stocked up. You need to be prepared for winter and summer and on the southern continent. You need to be aware and have all the necessities you potentially need, especially those in the northern hemisphere for the winter months. You must have enough to last you till spring. Starting, get that all stocked up before we get to the solstice on December 21st. Because I talked about the holidays. I talked about how they were going to try to interrupt the holidays, especially Christmas more than anything. They're going to try to prevent people from traveling, coming together. Even though in the United States, they're acting like, oh yeah, they could come together. Well, not those people up in Oregon who are stranded. They're not going nowhere for this fake holiday we have coming up this week. But more than anything, Christmas and anything to block the celebration of Jesus Christ and Christmas Day. That's what they want to block more than anything. And they've been blocking that for over decades now and taking that all away. So that's the times we're in. But the times that we can be in is what we hold in the light together with love and light from our hearts. We can see each other in a community in the future on the new earth, because it's coming. It's coming faster than ever. There's going to be the old earth and the new earth. Which one do you want to be a part of? I'm going to be in the new earth, baby, and I hope you join me. And I hope you join me next time. Be sure to subscribe down below. Just wanted to stop by for all you folks that are on a holiday this week, because Sedona is packed right now. Have a great week. I will see you again soon. I will see you in the future. This I know. I saw it in my magic crystal ball. Subscribe down below. Spiritman J.T. Celebrate life. Celebrate you. Celebrate the amazing you that you are, can be, and will be in the future. Celebrate blessings and miracles and the flow of abundance, joy, and happiness that flow into your life each and every moment of every day. The more you do, the more you'll receive. The more we complain, the more the universe gives us to complain about. Till the next time, have a nice day, everybody, and namaste. Namaste.